Hey, check this out. That's not good. That's supposed to make windshield wipers come on. So this is the intro to another Ethan the Fence Man Trucks and Mechanicing video. I reckon we're about to find out what it looks like on the inside of a windshield wiper motor, probably. We're mechanics now, boys. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? If you're watching this video, I imagine you might not have operational windshield wipers. And before we even get into this, I want to let everybody know that if your windshield wiper motor looks like mine and you drive a truck like mine, you should definitely go get another $50 windshield wiper motor before it quits working. Because when mine quit, I had intermediate settings, and then I lost the intermediate. I only had the high speed, and then not very long later I lost the high speed, and from there it short-circuited and blew up a control module for it, which is hard to find. You can't get that module from the local auto parts stores or Amazon.com. I found it somewhere else though. I'll post that in the description down below. But yeah, definitely Ethan the Fence Man, helpful tip of the day. If your windshield wiper motor is old and original like mine was from 1992, get another one now. And then all you have to do is change the motor, and then healthy preventative maintenance, you won't blow up that other part. And now you get to watch us struggle here with the pulling these bolts out with the cowling in the way. That's that piece of metal above my hand there. And consider that for your entertainment purposes. Because let me tell y'all, when you go to change your windshield wiper motor, take the cowling off first. You see all those screws up there? You'll see us. We'll struggle with this for a while. It'll be really funny. We'll all get good laughs out of it. And you'll wonder to yourself, why didn't these guys that make YouTube videos about mechanicing watch a YouTube video about how to do this beforehand? They'd have struggled less. You know what? I've wondered that myself too, and then I thought, well, this is pretty entertaining. So yeah, another helpful hint: pull that cowling off, and first thing, and then pulling these bolts out will be a breeze. You'll see here in just a second. There's some linkage we have to get loose from the inside of that gutterway, and everything's just nice and pretty and right in view when that cowling's pulled. Got it loose from the firewall, and it wiggles and wobbles around, but we're still hooked up to the windshield wiper stuff linkage. So now we're trying to take the head of the motor there, the permanent magnet casey part, off of it with everything hooked to the truck. Got the screw out of this side. Now this will be interesting. I don't know if we're gonna... Well, that's the inside of that cover. What are those different settings? Electrical connections and wheels and stuff. Now we're trying to get up underneath that cowling. So we went ahead and that's this here, that metal, right there. Cowling, I think. And we're taking our last few screws out of that side there. See, we just took all of those loose all across this front edge. Now, maybe we can Okay, windshield wipers didn't work before, so just quit them. Yeah, no, we're done. We're done. Good. Alright, see you later, son.
You take this flathead and you come right between that metal and right here and you twist it, and then it pops right out. And you can get every single clip out without breaking it.
Those clips are 26 years old. But look at the collection of the debris though.
26 years of that.
Yeah.
And then all this. That's
These are the shots. Remember forever.
right.
So that's what the gutter looks like in front of the windshield there. That's the part that's got holes rusted all in it in my other truck. There is an access panel right there around that windshield wiper motor, so you don't have to do all that stuff we just did with those bolts.
Okay, guess what? You now have a window.
To get underneath this cowling so you can get to that clip back here, I guess. How funny is it we thought we were going to pull these 3 bolts and take a motor out.
Yeah,
those 3 bolts and all those screws.
Was all you have to do?
And these 3 bolts. All the screws. 3 bolts.
That's it. All you have to do is
And that's all you have to do? It's just that easy. You see these permanent magnets here? What makes this
be affixed to the case?
Yeah, what makes that motor work is they stay affixed to the case and work with that gravitational force. I tell you what, the reason why it only worked in the high speed earlier is because that's when it had enough juice to overcome that.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Hey, there's roach. See? Roach.
So I guess what happens to these is the windings, everything looks really nice in there, but the glue on the permanent magnets let go and then
yeah,
that's it. They clamp down on it and it does not spin anymore.
Yeah, because your armature even looks good.
Yeah. Huh. All the electrical parts look beautiful, but that magnet. Shut it down, boys! This wiper ain't turning no more. Coming over here and taking this antenna. Oop, see the antenna? Taking this loose from our cowling here. That way, see, this moves plenty far enough to change the windshield wiper motor. But I'm trying to repaint the top of this truck sometime, so while this cowling is off, it'd be really silly for me not to go ahead and prime it. So we're taking these screws out of here, and this is getting your antenna up out of that hole. See, it comes out, we're all hooked up to this wire here. To get that off, you grab this right here, hold on to this side firmly and pull there, and they come loose. Oop. See all the dielectric grease in there? And there's the inside of that. Gosh, look. That's a little spot. See right there? It is. There we go. That's a smile. Hey, Muffin. Now that we got the inside of our, whatever you want to call that, gutter, I guess, the inside of our gutter all painted up and ready to be closed back up, we got this plate goes back on this way, goes back on before the windshield wiper motor mounts to it. So we see this goes that way, and our motor, when it's all mounted up, goes in there in that ordinance. So we know, if you can see, so we know they need to bolt together like so. So definitely a good idea, a helpful hint, to bolt this onto that before you mount it to the firewall. We can still make it. Loctite on your guy. And then now that we have it most of the way back together, we realize the windshield wipers still don't work. But we did find out why they don't work. We tracked down our loss of power to this little box here, and this is what it looks like inside the box. This is what you'll see down there. So now this thing is located in the dash behind the glove box. So you can come up to your glove box here and take a side. See the tab pushes in. Tab, push, and then that'll come out. You do that on each side at the same time, and then the box will come down further, and then you can lift it off of the hinges and set it out of the way. Now this is what it looks like when you take the glove box out of the way, minus my camera light there. Muffin, did you know I was filming a movie? So this is what it looks like when you get the glove box out of the way. See, there's this big board straight in front of you. Over to the right of it, back this way. This is the connector for that module box. There's that black box in the corner. These little triangle bracket looking things up here, they stay on the truck, and this pulls down. See, now here's the casing to my other module box. those little holes there, it slides into those tabs. So you just gently pull down on that, you'll take the box loose and unhook the connector and plug in the new one. Now back over here to this little guy. While we were having to drive the truck back and forth to work and not be able just to sit and wait for this part to come in the mail, it rained once or twice, almost every day I think. Who'd have guessed, right? Oh, you don't have windshield wipers? Here comes the rain. So we learned something about this. If you, in my case anyway, it's probably going to be different every time they blow up, I don't know. But if you flip this thing over, right here, if you can see that at all on this camera, right there is like a circuit that was broken. I imagine that was like a fuse there, where see the metal's there. I think that works like a fuse where the metal was skinny in between, so if too much current came through, or you had a dead short from a bad motor, that would blow. And we noticed you could take this and cross that, and it would make the wipers work a couple times. And then it seemed like it might trigger a safety switch or something inside this box, because it'll only do it the one time, and then you can unplug it from the wiring harness, plug it back in, and do it again. If you're stuck in the rain and you have this thing hanging out of the dash down there, and your passenger, you know, you got a pocket knife or something, your passenger has a job. But hopefully, I don't recommend that, and hopefully nobody has to do that. As long as you change your windshield wiper motor before it falls completely apart and dead shorts, you won't have to change this part, and you'll never have to deal with crossing these contacts. So it's not near as cool or fun as it sounds. Now that I've got my new windshield wiper motor under the hood and wiper relay module deal under the behind the glove box, I finally have this. That's like worth celebrating.